So the Indiana Fever are facing the Chicago Sky, and they are playing, obviously, in the United Center. There are 20,000 seats. It is going to be one of the most biggest attended WNBA games of all time. I don't know if it's going to be more or less attended, because I think it was 20,000 and something in the Mystics last game of last season, where in fairness, Caitlin Clark played, 15 minutes in that game or something? Caitlin Clark did she even play in the second half? But yeah, that was obviously a huge game. But this game being in the United Center, if you guys did not see, tickets sold out. And tickets sold out in 5 minutes. They sold out in 5 minutes. United Center sold out in a minute. Sorry, not in a minute, 5 minutes. A minute. It was a fight even trying to get tickets. Seats kept disappearing. They started at $200. Back in 2007, you get season tickets for that price. You can go get season tickets probably a year ago for that price in some teams. Again, I'm not going to say all teams. I'm not going to say all teams on that one, because there were some teams that made decent money, but they're there to watch. It's going to be all Fever fans again, by the way.
It eventually took place. Angel Reese got to witness the complete impact of the Caitlin Clark phenomenon right in her home turf at the Chicago Sky Stadium, Wintrust Arena, which sold out in just 1 minute. It wasn't due to Angel Reese, nor because of the Chicago Sky, but because Caitlin Clark was arriving in town. The most prominent figure in women's basketball at the moment isn't Reese. It's Clark. And Reese? Oh, she's enraged.
I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's coming.
For all the talk about Bayou Barbie and her supposed star power, she couldn't even sell out her own home games on her best days. But the second Clark enters the scene, Chicago fans rush to the ticket counters. Reese and the WNBA players who have been attempting to minimize Clark's impact just received a harsh reality check. Let's set the record straight. The Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game featuring Caitlin Clark sold out in just 1 minute. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky with Angel Reese and fellow rookie Camila Cardoso haven't come close to selling out this quickly. Wintrust Arena, where the Sky play, holds around 10,000 fans. A modest capacity compared to NBA arenas, yet still too large for Reese to fill on her own. The key difference? Caitlin Clark brings in the crowds. If this wasn't enough evidence of who the true star of the WNBA is, I don't know what is. Chicago, along with Angel Reese's own home crowd, is more eager to see Clark than their own rookie sensation. Remember when Reese and her camp brushed off the idea that Caitlin Clark was bigger than the game? Well, this is awkward now. No matter how much Reese or the WNBA tries to promote a diverse, multi-star league narrative, the numbers don't lie. Clark is why people care about women's basketball, why ratings are rising, and why Chicago, a city Angel Reese plays for, is packed for this game. If Reese wasn't thrilled seeing Clark get all the attention in college, imagine how she feels now, with even her own home team fans more interested in Clark than in her. And let's be honest, she's probably going to take a dig at Clark in an interview or on social media because facing the truth is hard for her. Let's take a moment to reflect. The WNBA has been around for over 25 years, and there's never been this much excitement. It's not because of Angel Reese, Aya Wilson, or even the Chicago Sky as a team. It's because of one person, Caitlin Clark. The WNBA draft lottery had its highest TV ratings ever. The WNBA draft became the most watched in history. The Indiana Fever schedule release caused an instant ticket surge, and the Chicago Sky versus Fever game sold out in a minute. Now, compare that to Angel Reese. LSU was already a championship-winning program before her arrival. She played under a Hall of Fame coach like Kim Mulkey and had multiple five-star recruits on her team, yet Reese couldn't come close to Clark's level of influence.
Say what you want about Angel Reese. You can't tell me she isn't the star of every show every time she's on the court. I can't even hate on this. She's Larry, Moe, and Curly all at once. The Three Stooges.
Meanwhile, Clark built Iowa from the ground up, shattered every record, and now she's completely revitalizing the WNBA, even in areas where people once ignored women's basketball. Some fans still argue that Angel Reese is just as big a name as Caitlin Clark, but let's clear up that misconception. Clark dominates engagement across all platforms. Her games sell out everywhere, even in cities without a WNBA team. Fever jerseys are flying off the shelves, but Angel Reese jerseys? Not so much. TV ratings for any game featuring Clark are record-breaking. So while Angel Reese may keep calling herself Bayou Barbie, the reality is that Caitlin Clark is the one bringing in the real revenue.
Ubich hounding Clark. Clark, step back three, knocks it down.
Let's be honest. There are plenty of WNBA players who aren't exactly happy about Caitlin Clark getting all the attention. They've minimized her impact, tried to create division, and acted as if she's just another rookie. But this sellout proves otherwise. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just real, it's undeniable. For Angel Reese, it's a tough reminder that she's not the star of the show. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is the reason people are tuning in. She's breaking records, filling arenas, and single-handedly pushing the WNBA into the mainstream.
That the WNBA players are in, it's a positive position for the Chicago Sky, and there's only one problem with that, is that there is going to be more Fever fans. There's going to be more Fever fans than Sky fans.
Angel Reese might not like it, and other WNBA stars might not like it, but the numbers don't lie. Chicago Sky fans just made their choice. They want Caitlin Clark. As for Angel Reese, she's just another player in Clark's league. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just driving WNBA ticket sales. It's also revealing Angel Reese's true lack of star power. It's one thing to not be the biggest draw in your own home arena, but it's a whole different story when even your own league and your hand-picked showcase can't generate excitement.
From Caitlin Clark.
Not to pick up the second because she got two in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark, three.
Reese and other WNBA stars launched an off-season basketball league that was meant to highlight the best women's talent outside of the WNBA. On paper, it sounded like a brilliant idea, a player-led league with full control over game structure, star players setting the pace, and ownership over the marketing and business model. It seemed like the perfect opportunity to compete outside the WNBA's framework. But in reality, the truth is, no one seems to care.
During the double-double streak, they were in like the 7th and 8th playoff spot and had a meltdown during that streak.
There are hardly any updates about the league, almost no fan interest, and no meaningful data to prove its relevance. If Angel Reese were truly a star on Caitlin Clark's level, the unrivaled league should be booming. Instead, it's struggling for attention even before it officially kicks off. If Angel Reese can't generate buzz for a league she helped establish, how can she be expected to carry a WNBA franchise the way Caitlin Clark is doing with the Indiana Fever?
Reese along two, drills it. Reese is on the left of Banham. Shuffle pass to Allen, who looks for Reese again, but Wheeler's in the way, and the Fever leak out Caitlin Clark. A layup drill for...
Let's rewind to the beginning of the 2024 WNBA season. Angel Reese entered the league with enormous hype, fresh off a national championship with LSU. She was promoted as the next big personality in the WNBA, the league's answer to Caitlin Clark, a player who could attract fans and generate attention. But from the moment both players stepped onto a WNBA court, the difference between them became glaringly clear. Caitlin Clark instantly became the biggest draw, selling out arenas from day one. Angel Reese? Not quite. While Clark was breaking records, leading the league in viewership, and pulling in new audiences, Reese struggled to make an impact.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three. Connecticut, second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark.
It didn't take long for a new narrative to surface, one that attempted to explain Caitlin Clark's popularity with reasons unrelated to basketball. As the season progressed and it became obvious that Clark was the undisputed biggest name in women's basketball, Reese and her supporters leaned on a familiar claim. The only reason Caitlin Clark is this popular is because white fans rally around her. That was the talking point, the rationale for why Clark's influence far outpaced Reese's. But now, a season later, that argument doesn't hold up. Why? Because the difference in their skill levels is undeniable.
Or get rebounds that aren't off her own misses. It seems like every time I scroll X, I see 50 of these clips. How the hell can she miss 15 layups a game?
If Caitlin Clark were just a media creation, she would have faded by now. Instead, she's only become more dominant, while Angel Reese has struggled to live up to her own hype. Here's the uncomfortable truth that no one in Angel Reese's camp wants to acknowledge. She's just not that good.
Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark, catch, fire, and...
She's nowhere near the level required to be the face of the WNBA. If Angel Reese wants to be compared to Caitlin Clark, she needs to master the basics first. Take her terrible layup percentage, for example. Reese is notoriously poor at finishing at the rim, despite being a post player who relies on second-chance opportunities. She frequently misses easy shots, blows point-blank attempts, and squanders offensive possessions. Compare that to Caitlin Clark, who effortlessly sinks threes from the logo as if it's routine.
Diamond to Shields, taking it all the way and goes off the glass. Perfect.
While Reese struggles with basic shots, Clark is out here sinking deep-range threes, pulling up off the dribble, and making the impossible look effortless. One of these players is a generational talent, while the other is still trying to figure out how to make a layup. A year ago, there was genuine debate about whether Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark would be the two defining stars of the WNBA's new era. But that conversation is over now. Reese had an early advantage with her college championship, media hype, and bold personality. But once she stepped into the WNBA, her weaknesses were exposed.
Get down and
that's the way to push the ball in transition.
oh, that's not gonna waste. 3 and some change left to play here in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark pulls it back.
Caitlin Clark's star power isn't about race. It's about her performance. She has the skills, the stats, the highlights, and the undeniable influence that make her the face of the WNBA. Angel Reese? She's just another player in Caitlin Clark's league.
Don't let her go on. Don't let her boycott. Don't let her go on strike. No way. We got to keep her in the league now. We got to keep her in Unrivaled. Put her in the NBA. Put her in the NBA. I'd love to see that. I mean, really, come on. Give her NBA money. She's obviously worth it. Oh, dagger straight to my eye. Tell me what you think. Holy shit.